It's all happening live, and the internet is an absolute chaos. Shen has just publicly exploded in response to a shocking and deeply personal revelation made by Bai Lu, one that no one saw coming. Subscribe right now so you don't miss a second of this emotional roller coaster, because what just unfolded might go down as one of the most dramatic moments in recent celebrity history. The tension between Shen and Bai Lu has been simmering under the surface for months. Fans had noticed it, subtle and unspoken, in interviews, variety shows, and red carpet events. But no one expected it to boil over in such a fiery, unfiltered, and painfully raw way. Yet here we are, watching, live, as Shen finally breaks her silence with fury in her voice and heartbreak in her eyes. It all started earlier today when Bai Lu appeared on a popular livestream show to promote her latest drama. She seemed calm, composed, and radiant, chatting casually about her recent projects and fashion choices. But as the host veered into the topic of celebrity friendships and rivalries, everything shifted. In a moment that felt both rehearsed and shockingly spontaneous, Bai Lu dropped a verbal bombshell that stunned the audience and ignited the fandom into flames. Without naming Shen directly at first, Bai Lu spoke about feeling betrayed by someone close who had pretended to support her while secretly spreading negative things behind the scenes. "There are people who smile in your face," she said, "but when the cameras are off, they twist the truth to protect their own image." She paused dramatically before adding, "It's always the ones you least expect. Especially the ones who act the sweetest." The comment hit like a bullet across social media. Within minutes, fans connected the dots. The person Bai Lu was referring to? All signs pointed directly to Shen. And it didn't stop there. As questions poured into the livestream chat, one host bravely asked, "Are you talking about Shen?" To the shock of everyone watching, Bai Lu didn't deny it. She simply gave a knowing smile, tilted her head, and said, "If the shoe fits." That three-word answer was all it took to send the fandom into a full-on meltdown. Almost immediately, hashtags like #Bai calls out Shen Yue, #Shen Yue backstabber, and #Wang Yue drama began trending worldwide. The chat section exploded with comments, some defending Bai Lu, others demanding an explanation, and many begging Shen to respond. And respond she did. Within an hour, Shen went live on her own platform, something she almost never does. Her eyes were red, her voice was trembling, but her tone was sharp, unwavering, and unlike anything we've seen from her before. This wasn't the soft, shy Shen fans were used to. This was a woman hurt, cornered, and ready to defend herself. "What she said about me is not only false, it's cruel," Shen began. "I've never spoken badly about her. I've never tried to compete with her. But if defending myself makes me look guilty, then so be it. I'm tired of staying silent just to be polite." The livestream racked up over 3 million viewers in less than 10 minutes. Comments poured in faster than she could possibly read them, with fans flooding the chat with love, support, and disbelief. Shen continued, explaining that she and Bai Lu had once been friendly, even working on the same endorsement deals and attending similar social events. But she admitted that tension began to grow after rumors linked both of them romantically to dylanwang. And that's when it got even more personal. Shen paused, visibly shaken, and then dropped her own bombshell. "She didn't just try to turn the public against me. She tried to turn him against me." Though Shen didn't mention dylanwang by name, fans instantly knew who she was referring to. The triangle involving Dylan, Shen and Bai Lu has long been the subject of intense speculation. But never before had any of the stars directly acknowledged that a personal conflict may have been brewing behind the scenes. "She manipulated the situation to make it seem like I was jealous," Shen said, her voice cracking. "But I never fought for attention. I only fought for the truth." By this point in the stream, fans were in emotional shambles. Supporters rallied behind Shen with renewed passion, tweeting phrases like "We stand with Shen" and "Bai Lu owes her an apology." Others called for Bai Lu to issue a clarification, arguing that her earlier comments were reckless and unnecessary. But perhaps the most gut-wrenching moment came near the end of Shen's livestream, when she lowered her eyes and whispered, "It hurts the most when people use your silence against you." I thought staying quiet was mature. But now I see, it was just a way to let others rewrite my story." With those words, she ended the stream, leaving fans stunned, broken, and fiercely protective of her. Back on Bailu's side, the backlash began mounting fast. Although some loyal fans continued to support her, a growing number of netizens began calling her out for weaponizing innuendo and starting drama for attention. Major media outlets quickly picked up the story, analyzing every word of both live streams and trying to piece together a timeline of what went wrong between the two actresses. And what about Dylan? So far, Dylan has remained silent on the matter. But fans are demanding he break that silence, especially since his name has been heavily implicated in the emotional conflict. Some believe he owes both women clarity. Others argue that his recent public confirmation of commitment to Shen speaks volumes on its own. We hope the public will see through the rumors and support her continued work as an artist. But the story doesn't end there. Rumors are now swirling that a major drama production involving both Bailu and Shen has been quietly scrapped due to the tension. A few industry insiders suggest that advertisers and sponsors are reconsidering endorsements out of fear that the public feud could damage brand images. If true, this conflict could have serious professional consequences for both women. As the dust continues to swirl around this emotional eruption, more layers are beginning to peel back, revealing a tangled web of friendship, rivalry, and heartbreak that goes far deeper than fans ever imagined. The fallout from Shen explosive livestream is still unfolding, and already, insiders are beginning to step forward with stories that are painting an even more complicated picture of what led to this shocking public confrontation. Moments after Shen ended her livestream, a stylist who has worked with both actresses took to social media with a cryptic post that read, "It's not about who said what first. It's about who kept quiet the longest, and why." Fans immediately took this as a subtle show of support for Shen, suggesting that Bailu's accusations may have stemmed from long-held resentment or jealousy, possibly ignited by her struggle to keep up with Shen's overwhelming popularity, especially when paired with Dylan. It didn't take long for industry commentators to begin dissecting the timeline. They pointed out that for over a year, Bailu had been landing several high-profile roles, often ones that were previously speculated to have been offered to Shen. There were murmurs behind the scenes that casting directors were being forced to choose sides due to the rumored tension between the two women. Despite all this chaos, one thing is clear. Shen's explosion wasn't planned, but it was powerful. It peeled back the layers of politeness and exposed the pressure she's been under for so long. Her fans have long admired her sweetness and humility, but today, they discovered something even stronger, her willingness to stand up for herself when it truly counts. And that's why, even though the story is still developing, millions are watching this moment unfold live, hoping for justice, healing, and maybe even reconciliation down the line. But will Bailu respond again? Will Dylan break his silence? Will this feud reshape their careers forever? All eyes are now on the next move. And if you want to be the first to know when it happens, make sure you hit that subscribe button now, because things are moving fast, and the next headline could drop at any second. In the world of fame, love, and betrayal, today's truth is tomorrow's twist. And in this tangled tale of two powerful women and one mysterious man, the world is holding its breath to see what comes next.